Top court backs Bihar voter survey. That's the big news coming in. This is from the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has said documents required from the elector in SIR are 11 compared to 7. Considered in summary revision of electoral roll shows it is voter friendly. So after the top court had agreed to what the Election Commission had said, remember yesterday, that the Aadhaar card cannot be the absolute proof of citizenship. There are other documents needed for validation. Now the top court has also gone ahead to back the voter survey. The opposition continues to protest, especially over the SIR exercise. I want to quickly quote from what the Supreme Court has said. Documents required from the elector in the SIR exercise are 11 compared to 7, considered in the summary revision of rolls. Therefore, it's voter friendly. I want to immediately bring in our legal editor, Nalini Sharma, on this to help understand this more. Nalini, go ahead. How do we say this is backing the survey? What has the court said? And how is this significant?
Well, Pooja, as we know, the SIR hearing has been underway in the Supreme Court. Yesterday, the petitioners had argued, and today also they're continuing their arguments. This particular observation that we are breaking was made by Justice Bagchi during the hearing, and what he is referring to is the fact that the Election Commission, what they have done is that they have increased the number of documents that can be accepted by the Election Commission. So Justice Bagchi, in that reference, has gone ahead and said that the Election Commission are expanding the number of documents regarding identity. They understand the exclusionary arguments that are being made by the petitioners, but at the same time they say that the expansion of documents, which went up from earlier the 7 documents that were allowed, has now gone up to 11 documents that were allowed. This in fact makes SIR process voter friendly. In fact, they go ahead and say that an argument was made whether enumeration form can be made in a contradiction to a statutory form. But if the enumeration form takes within its fold the statutory form, will it be a violation or will it actually be more inclusive? So that's one of the main observations that has come in from the Supreme Court during the course of the hearing today, where the Supreme Court has lauded the fact that the number of identity documents that are accepted by the Election Commission have been increased from 7 to 10. And even though there are some arguments that are being made by the petitioners claiming how there are certain voters that are being excluded on the basis of the fact that they are not able to give their valid documents, but that has not been accepted by the court. Remember, there is only an oral observation. The hearing is still underway. We're still waiting for both the ECI and the central government to also place their arguments in this matter. That's going to be an interesting aspect to watch out for. But for now, the Supreme Court's made a very important observation where they've said that in certain ways, the SIR exercise is in fact voter friendly. Pooja.
So this, remember, comes a day after, Nalini, the Supreme Court also stating the Election Commission is correct to say that Aadhaar is not the only valid proof of citizenship. How do you see this hearing as it goes ahead? What is being said? What are the details that you're picking from inside the court premises? Because it is, after all, the top court of the country while we are witnessing the political showdown. So I'm trying to understand, ahead of Bihar elections, what is it that the top court is saying that could just put all this allegations, charges possibly to rest?
One thing that is clear from this entire hearing that's gone on before the Supreme Court and the kind of questions that the bench has posed with every aspect of this entire exercise is that the Supreme Court is going to go into the nitty-gritties of how the entire SIR exercise is being carried out by the Election Commission to ensure, because at the end of the day, what is at stake? At stake is the right of the Indian citizens to cast their votes. In case a citizen has been unfairly excluded from the voter roll, then that's a serious violation of their rights, which is why the Supreme Court needs to look into not only all what kind of processes are being followed, but also the constitutionality of these processes as to whether or not the Election Commission is in fact empowered to carry out the exercise in the manner that they are doing it. At the same time, even yesterday we'd seen during the course of the hearing how two people had appeared before the court that the Election Commission had declared had actually passed away. Now, although this was symbolically a very big statement for the petitioners to make, but the Supreme Court said that that could also be due to a technical error. And considering it's only a draft roll that's published right now and not a final roll, all the individuals have the right to approach the Election Commission and ask for their inclusion into the voter roll. So even symbolically big statements are being considered by the Supreme Court only on technical and constitutional grounds. So the Supreme Court's not getting swayed by emotions or the politics in this case. It's very important to point this out. And most importantly, Pooja, what we are watching out for right now is what the Election Commission and the central government will say in regard to the arguments that have been raised by the petitioners. Because the petitioners have claimed that this entire exercise is exclusionary, that there are 65 lakh names that have been deleted. The petitioners have not got a list from the ECI regarding these names of the voters that has been deleted. So all of these arguments are being raised by them, but at the same time, until the Supreme Court hears both sides in the case, they're not going to decide how they're going to proceed.
Can you just tell me about what both sides are saying? Because from the details that are coming in from inside the court, there's also a mention of how Supreme Court says it's a very interesting data that people living in areas near the border have passports. I've seen this in Punjab. There's a reference to basically, because eventually it's the border issue that we are looking at, the charges of infiltration, fake documents as well. So how are we looking at what both sides and how are they arguing? What are they saying? How is the court responding and asking counter questions to it?
Well, Pooja, for now, because we've seen the petitioners make the oral arguments before the Supreme Court, we're going to focus more on that. Although the Election Commission also has submitted at least 2 to 3 affidavits before the Supreme Court where they have elaborately laid out their stand. But the petitioners have essentially first claimed that the Election Commission does not have the power to carry out this exercise in the first place. Second, they are claiming that even if the Election Commission has the power to carry out the exercise, the manner in which this exercise is being done is arbitrary, it's exclusionary of several people, and it's taking away their crucial right to vote in these elections. Along with that, there are also several claims being made by the petitioners in this case about how some voters who were earlier voting, their names have been excluded in these 65 lakh names that have been deleted from the draft voter list. But the Supreme Court at the same time, although they have raised several questions even to the Election Commission, they've specifically asked them for the data about the number of applications they've received after the draft roll was published. So the Supreme Court's also looking into all aspects. The Election Commission, of course, is firm on its stand. They've said that the petitioners cannot claim as a matter of right the entire list of 65 lakh voters that are deleted, but we are still waiting for their oral argument, so we are not going to speculate.
Eventually, I just hope, Nalini, because there are just few weeks now to go for Bihar elections, that whether it's on the court or in the court or on the streets, it just rests the matter and we have some clarity for the voter to know if the name is in the electoral rolls and they are going to go ahead and vote or not. Thank you very much. Nalini Sharma will be tracking all that's unfolding inside the court.